All right, welcome back. Well, we are not talking flicks, we're talking food. For today's Fox Foods, our friends Rob and Andy here from Texas Roadhouse to talk about Labor Day. Big weekend for grilling. Good morning, guys.
How's it going?
I'm happy to be here and happy you guys came and you brought a whole spread. This is wonderful.
We sure did.
All right, so Texas Roadhouse, Rob, talk about the different cuts of meat. I know there are so many out there and a lot of people get confused.
Yeah, there is a lot, and the key is cutting steaks by hand. So that's where you get your freshest steak. We do that at Texas Roadhouse. All of our steaks are cut in-house, fresh by hand. And I brought some of these hand-cut steaks to show you.
Yep.
First, we have our top sirloin right here. It's a very hard, meaty steak, very lean, good for you type steak. In the middle, we have our leanest of all, is the filet, and that's also a great steak as well. Obviously, your most expensive.
Right.
Very hearty steak here we have is our strip steak, which is also a very meaty steak, good to put on the grill.
Right.
And then our last ones we have over here are my favorite. That's the ribeyes.
So ribeye is kind of the one, right? I mean, that's the one that a lot of people know and a lot of people like, right?
Exactly. It's got the marbling, as you can see in it, and that's what makes a great steak. The marbling in there gives it the flavor. It makes it really juicy.
Right.
And you can see out of the bone-in ribeye, we're really known for that at Roadhouse. The bone actually gives it extra flavor.
Okay, the bone gives it extra flavor.
It can give it extra flavor as well. So those are some great steaks you have here.
And what about choice cuts? Can you guys talk about that? And in terms of it being choice, what exactly that means?
Well, we use only USDA choice, which is a higher grade beef, and it's grain fed. What we use at Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Also, the steaks that you buy at the store will be a little different. We have an aging process that we use, which also gives us more flavor for our steaks.
Right.
You could ask your butcher at the local grocery store how long they age theirs. But that's what gives us a really good steak at Texas Roadhouse, besides the fact we hand cut them every day.
Okay, now speaking of cutting, Andy, you're going to talk about cutting, right? And what you're going to do. You've got a big old piece of meat. What kind of meat is that?
So we've got some ribeye right here.
Okay,
Same thing
just like what's right there. This is ribeye.
And I'm just going to show you how to trim it up real quick. So flipping it over here, I'm going to take some of this out, this moleskin. It's really chewy, so
moleskin, okay.
Don't want to take that.
We don't want moleskin.
So just slide my knife
We need some meat. Do we have any meat cutting music? Can we have some meat cutting music maybe? Can we pop that up? So this is important to do. You get your meat at home and then do the cutting yourself or ask your butcher to do it, right?
Yes, and you can get a lot of these cuts at your local warehouse places, Sam's Club, Costco, if you want to get this kind and cut it fresh, because it makes a big difference on your steaks on the grill.
It really does. Okay, so you're just cutting that thing right off.
Yep, and then I'm just taking a little bit of this off. Usually I got a little more fat cap. You can see it on this side here. So I'd take that off, but you want some of this fat because that marbling is going to give you more flavor.
Right.
And then, just keep cutting it down. You can go thicker, thinner, depending on what you want. I like my thick steaks.
Thicker is your better
I like this knife. Look at this knife, ladies and gentlemen. This is an impressive knife. My gosh. Okay, I'm going to...
It's the most important part.
I'm going to stay away from her. Okay, we're going to have more demonstrations with you guys as well from Texas Roadhouse. Thanks so much for being here. We'll check back in the 8 o'clock hour. We've got our grill going outside. Grilling very important as well. So we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Thanks again for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Smells good already. Let's take a look outside quickly and do your forecast here for... I'm definitely going to talk about seasoning, Rob. Don't you worry. Hey, we're back. 8:22. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Happy Labor Day weekend. Our friends from Texas Roadhouse. We have Rob here, and now we have Demi, the glitter girl, is with us as well. That's kind of your thing, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Where do you work, Demi? Where can people come see you?
At 8th Street.
8th Street. Okay, very cool. And you?
8th Street.
Okay, 8th Street. Do you have a couple locations? Is that right?
We have 4 locations. We have the Pueblo Monument and then the 2 here in the Springs, Powers, and 8th Street.
The Monument one's the only one I've been to. It's by my house, but I love it and love Texas Roadhouse. Okay, so barbecue time. Here we go. Talk about grilling, Rob. You've got some beautiful food here. It's all about seasoning, not only at Texas Roadhouse, but what is the most important thing that people need to know about grilling at home?
I would say we have 2 things. One, before you do anything, is the seasoning. So we have our Texas Roadhouse sirloin seasoning. We use that on all our steaks. You can purchase it at our location. It's also available online, so you can come by 8th Street, get one if you want. So you want to really make sure you season it first. So when you're doing it, we call it coast to coast. So when you're spraying it on top, you really want to get a good layer on that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's important to have that thick steak too, because if it's a real thin steak, you'll over season.
What about like those little strip steaks though, or like those, like the flank steaks? I mean, I know some people like those, but you're saying it's better to have a thicker steak.
Yeah, and with a flank, you almost want to marinate that anyway, that type of steak. So
got it. Marinate.
Yep.
Okay.
But,
so coast to coast seasoning, and then what about the grill?
Then we get to the grill, and the grill is the very important part as well, because you need to have a very hot grill. Chris has been outside all day, scrubbing that thing down, and then you oil it. Then you let the oil season on there for a while, get really, really hot. Then you put your steak down after you've seasoned it, and what it'll do is it'll help sear the juices in so they don't leak out.
Okay, searing the juices in.
Exactly.
So and you say the presentation's good. Obviously, you guys are professionals, so these steaks, these lovely steaks you cooked for us here this morning, have that crisscross. But somebody can do that at home too.
You can. Now that's the other part of it, is not to overturn.
Right.
So really, you put that steak down on there, you're going to hear that sizzle. You want to turn it after about 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Then you'll flip it, let it go another 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the temperature you want. Turn it again, and then you take it off when you have the desired doneness you want.
Now, you work with steaks every day. Do you hate steak?
I love steak.
Okay, good.
So.
You have to love it, right?
Exactly. I mean, I love filet. That's your most expensive cut, but I love filet.
Yeah.
You know, as I said earlier, I love the ribeye. And we have these nice things that you can dump on top. So if you want to smother a steak, you know, we got mushrooms and onions. You put them all on top. Now look at that. Now is that a meal?
Please leave this all for us. Yeah, and you have chicken too, which we don't care about chicken right now. We want to focus on the steak. Demi, quickly talk about you've got some things going on this weekend, Labor Day. Is that right? And
yes. So now through the 27th, we are giving away a free dinner steak, or a steak dinner.
Right.
Every month for a year.
Wow.
And you can come into 8th Street or any of our other locations to enter to win.
Okay, very cool.
September 27th.
September 27th, right. And then that's going to be going on. You can
so you want steak. I mean, I know you're not getting chicken. So
I'm not eating chicken. Are you kidding me? Forget that. What? Let it go over there. So, okay, thanks so much for being here. And then you guys also have these, which I look. I wanted to keep the one for a little while. On the. Thank you for letting me use that.
Well, we can negotiate after.
We can And you've got peanuts, of course, too. Texas Roadhouse. Thanks so much for being here. The more information there on the website. You can check it out right there. TexasRoadhouse.com, right?
You got it.
That's
Thanks
easy.
for having us.
Easy
Happy Labor Day, too.
Yeah, same to you. Happy Labor Day as well. I'd shake your hand, but you have all.
I got
you know.
we knuckle pound.
Okay, let's do
that. There you
go. Like Howie Mandel.
There you go.
8:26. Let's head over to the weather wall right now and find out what's happening at this time. You can see Highway 24 at Wilkerson Pass. Now, Brittany, I don't know if you can get a shot on Cam 4, but Texas Roadhouse also famous for having one of these things, which is this, like, you can't really see me sitting here, but I would like to do the weather like this. Do we have any cowboy music at all? Because I feel like I'm riding on the range.
Just putting some Okay.
Thanks. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I could be like one of those, you know, those people on the. You need a mechanical one of these at Texas Roadhouse, right? Yeah. All right. I don't know how I would do, because, you know, I don't think I do very good on the open range, because I want to eat too much steak. So I don't know what's going on. All right, thanks. So do you have this for kids and adults? Yeah. Birthdays and stuff. That's right, because you gotta sit on there for the birthday song, right? Big old yeehaw, Texas Roadhouse. All right, cool. Thanks for the music, Brock. Appreciate it.